Peace and love, fam. I hope you all are doing well. Just wanted to share some good news with you guys, some really good news. Uh, we just saved about 15% or more on our car insurance. No, sorry for that, but yeah, we actually got our dogs back. Yeah, I know. All right, big surprise. Yeah, thank you. I know some of you are saying like, but hold on, what? What? I thought your dogs actually attacked the sheep, so why would you bring them back there? Yeah, absolutely true. They always say that once they get a taste of the blood, you can't really train that out of them. So we understood, but when we dropped them off at the SPCA that day, man, it was just heartbreaking. It was too much. And so before we even got home, I think we were already coming up with a new plan or a new strategy on how we could get them back. Come on. Come on. MJ, you're ruining the surprise. Ta-da! It's Shaggy. It's Shaggy and Savannah. Hi, Shaggy, formerly known as, Hey, welcome home.
Wait, and he didn't mess up the place?
You're so excited, aren't you? So don't worry, like I said, we came up with a plan. And one of the things we were thinking about was basically, obviously confining them to the yard, no? Instead of having them roam the plot freely, especially when the animals were out in pasture. So the plot is 23 hectares around, and then we have like an inner fence that kind of keeps them inside, but they can get through that fence usually. And then there's a smaller electric fence around the house that they can't get out of. But the yard is kind of small, so we plan to expand that yard fence to about a 1 hectare square, and a hectare I think is 100 by 100, something like that. It's embarrassing, but yeah. Anyway, so we are gonna be doing that eventually, but for now we've been keeping them inside the yard. But let me tell you what happened. We dropped them off at the SPCA that day, and they were actually at the SPCA for about 33 days. It was a very long time that we didn't have them, and I can't tell you how much we missed them, not hearing them barking at night or running around the yard, or when you have leftover food, it's like, okay, what do we do with these bones now, or these leftovers? We don't have the dogs now, so we used to have to put that in the garbage, whereas now, they're back. They get all the leftovers, and just sitting outside, petting them, coming home from a jog, seeing them at the gate wagging their tails waiting for you, or coming in with the car or the bakkie, just seeing them at home, always happy to see you. These are our little babies, these are family members, so no regrets whatsoever in getting them back. So anyway, they were at the SPCA for 33 days, and what we did was we had a trainer come in and train them for about 11 or 12 days, and we also went at some point to get some training as well as owners. The kids were involved, how to get them to sit and lay down and all that stuff. And the most important one was the recall. If they start chasing after something, if you can recall them, and that's usually with a whistle, or if you can whistle, you can whistle, and then you have something like a treat to reinforce when they come. You tell them to sit and you feed them, and they learn to trust your recall. They know that when they come back to you, they're gonna be rewarded. It's a good thing. So far it's been excellent. We haven't had any issues. We keep them inside the yard. If we're going out with them, they have their leash now. They're more leash trained now. And obviously we have a responsibility to make sure that the animals the sheep and the goats are protected, that the dogs themselves are protected, because when I watch the video back and I see when we came and we found them with Beatrice's kid, standing over and wagging their tails like we did something good. They didn't even realize what they had done. They just look so innocent, and really I was angry at the time, but again, once you had a chance to calm down and think about it, you realize that they're dogs. They don't really it wasn't malicious, it's just that they were untrained. It was that we didn't set up the proper boundaries or barriers for them. They're not sheepdog, apparently and obviously. So, which brings me to my next point. We're gonna go to the SPCA and get a couple of puppies, and we're gonna actually put those puppies with the sheep and the goat and have them grow up with the sheep and the goat. They're gonna go out with the sheep and the goat. They're gonna eat with the sheep and the goat. They're gonna think they're sheep and goat. By all accounts, that's what everybody does, and they do it successfully. And so the dogs grow up with the sheep and the goats. They go out with them every day, and those dogs will never harm the animals. So we're definitely gonna get a couple of those. I'll be documenting that, of course, that whole process. Going, picking out the dogs, and well, if the SPCA allows me to film, and how we bring them home and integrate them with the sheep and the goats. So definitely be documenting that. But yeah, as you can see, man, everybody's happy, excited. We also had a name change. So we have Savannah, right, which is the female, and they're brothers and sisters from the same litter. But Savannah is very smart, very energetic, but extremely stubborn. Sometimes I wonder if she actually might be a little bit special needs. I don't know, because she just doesn't listen, man. She's very strong and very stubborn. But yeah, very high energy, smart dog. And I think she's actually the leader. Whereas our other dog, we named him at birth Kepha, Kepha, which is actually Hebrew for rock. It's the name of the Apostle Peter, which in Greek, I think Petros is rock. In Hebrew, it's Kepha. But when we brought him to the SPCA, they changed his name to Shaggy, because in South Africa there's a racial slur that sounds very close to Kepha. So just to avoid confusion, we've been trying to call him Shaggy. We still slip up every now and then and call him, Kepha, but he's getting used to his new name, no Shaggy, and we are also getting used to that new name. And of course, he can see that it's an appropriate name. I hope when I name the Shaggy don't come sue me for stealing his name. Anyway, so we have our Savannah and Shaggy back, and everybody is just really excited and happy. Our babies are home. We have a good solution, and we'll be keeping you posted on the adventures of farm life. I'm telling you, man, 4 years ago, who would have imagined this, from a cubicle programming routers and switches to now having to deal with dogs and sheep and goat and all this stuff. So yeah, I got some really great videos coming for you guys. I've been slacking a bit on editing and uploading videos, but I'm gonna try to pick up the pace with what I'm putting out, because I have some really good stuff coming out. And thank you for tuning in once more. Until next time, fam. Oh, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And yeah, until next time, shalom.